excitement level around here at a fever pitch as we're underway in the 2020 NFC Championship game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, second and 10.
Wait. Go ahead.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Nowhere, baby, nowhere. Let's go. Way to go, D. Way to go, D.
Here we go.
Tight as Ringo.
13. 11. Go ahead. 2.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo drops it to Jones in the flat. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
11. 6. Go ahead.
Garoppolo on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Wide.
21.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
13,
Didn't happen on that play.
We got 4.
Wait, 20. Wait, 80. Go ahead. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Be ready. Hey, watch that.
I got you.
Line 54. I know he ain't got it.
On second down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
6. Black 80. Wait, 80. Go ahead. 11. 6.
Back.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they're going to set up shop at the... The 27-yard line.
My bad, guys. My bad. My bad, guys. 29. 29. Hey, Raider 2. 694.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 73 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
One, Omaha. Black 80. Wait, 80.
Our first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Nice hit, baby.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Tripped over here. That's overload. 11. 11. Check. 11.
On first down, Garoppolo. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Fellas, here we go.
Right there. 54.
12, fellas, here we go.
This is Howard on 2nd down, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
2. 12, fellas, here we go.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Wait, 20. Wait, 80. 11.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And this is good for a first down, his 2nd grab in this NFC Championship bout.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
2. Black.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
Sixty-five.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
21. Here we go. Set hut.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll give to Howard. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
2.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Raider 2. Go Chief. Monday, down. Blue 80. You got 56 there.
25, check 25, check 25.
Go, go. Get set.
Carr now on first down. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Hey, guys, check me out, We got 3 down, but we got to stand up. Go, go. Get set, get set.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, but frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch tight end's right. Tight end's right.
24. Hey, 734. 93. 93.
Watch the ship.
Where's it? Hut.
Here's Carr to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
We got three, fellas, we got 3. Rush in.
6:37.
Now a handoff, Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Run. Woo! I know you feel that. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. You got 3 down.
Go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Hey, 81 right there. He's 734. Listen, hut.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Express. He's up. 29. 29. Come here. 93. 93.
Six guys. Check six
He's
guys.
up.
From the gun, it's Carr. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D. That's what I'm talking about.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down.
21, 21.
Check 49, check 49.
2.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
Yeah, baby.
I got you. 11. Like 20. 180.
Check 56.
11. 11. Say hut.
Check your hot read.
21.
56, right there, 56. I'm coming.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. This is taken at the 15. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He's going to, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
Go.
On first down, Carr dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Tight end right.
Go. Get set. Raider 2.
They pitch it out to Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
4 down.
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
4 down.
And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And Lutz's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
7:34.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Carr now on first down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Monday down.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
3 down.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Detroit! Detroit!
Check hot route. Hot, hot. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare, flare. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
6:37. Purdue. What's up?
Now this time Carl throw. Escaping the pressure right. A strong running. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead stretches, 16-3 now. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
12, fellas, here we go.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They go with Howard again. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, as the play call comes in on third down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
5 down, 21.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go. 180!
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. Second and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye.
5 down, stand up big.
Griffin keeps it. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. RG3 taking it in. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Going deep here for Bryant. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On the ground, this is Johnson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
All right, get set, fellas. 6-18.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Hey,
shotgun now for Carr. Bryant with a catch right side. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Three down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's second down.
You can do one of two things after a penalty. You can hang your head, or you can get mad and redouble your efforts. I think we just saw the latter there as they stopped him for no gain.
That's it, baby. That's it.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Watch tight. Tight is right.
They slot Gronkowski outright.
Three down. Check 50.
Go, Chief.
48 for Mike. Let's go one more.
He'll get it up the middle, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. So third and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Hey. You got
Find down.
Three down.
Listen hot.
Throwing now is Carr. That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith from 6 yards away. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. So now here's Derek Carr leading his guys up to go for 2.
694.
Tight is right.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he rifles one incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 47.
Everyone's got
Black 80. 180. Hey, go. I'll send you.
Now Garoppolo. That is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
11. White. 21.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
11.
Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And that is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints add on to their lead. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them, all right? You didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hey, watch that. Check right, 54.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
21.
Check. Lucky.
They'll run it with Jones. And out across midfield down to the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Wow, that one took some guts. If this doesn't work, you're handing them incredible field position, but this head coach is undaunted, and he makes the call to go for it. And I'll be darned if they don't get the 1st down.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
5 down. Stand up in. Take 4. 65.
Bofo's the Mike. Mike's Bofo.
Say hot.
Come to
Say hot.
Now Howard. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Move it up, fellas.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
21.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Tight end right.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He sets up the screen to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Check. 12, fellas. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Run you over.
Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this.
Okay, baby, I see you. Strong right.
Hey, gun.
We got 4.
White.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Kill, turn up. Mike's 54.
21.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Check the backer.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
44.
Here's Jones. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Hey, 7:34.
He's coming.
Come here. Lie down.
Under 10.
Carr going to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out.
Crash
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Raider 2. You got 56 there.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Adrian Amos with a pick. And an alley to run. And he's going to go down. His time has now run out on this game. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.